I'm entering now what's called a magistrate's order for emergency protection. This is a court order that identifies Irma Becerra as a protected individual. You cannot commit family violence or an assault against this person. Commit an act in furtherance of an offense under section 42.072 of the Texas Penal Code, the stalking statute. You cannot stalk, threaten, harass, use another person to communicate a threat or harassing behavior. You cannot be in possession of a weapon or go within 200 feet of where she lives or where she works. You are Alvaro Betancourt.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Betancourt, you're charged with assault of a family member. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
On November 4th, 2024, officers were dispatched to an address in Harris County, Texas, in reference to a family disturbance type call. The caller was the witness Graham, who called 911 stating that he heard the complainant in the background of a phone call crying, stating that she was having a domestic disturbance incident with her ex-boyfriend. Officers arrived on scene that was indicated by the witness and spoke with the complainant. The complainant stated that the defendant is an ex-boyfriend of hers who she shares a child with. She stated that on this date they were in bed together when the witness called her. Witness Graham, and the defendant saw the witness call her, became upset, and stated, "I will kill you and her and go about my day." The complainant began to cry and told the witness she was having issues with the defendant. The defendant then grabbed her by the wrist and began to physically slam her in the bedroom walls, causing pain to her upper body and pushing the complainant into the hallway outside her bedroom, where he again slammed her into the hallway walls. This was witnessed by her 8-year-old juvenile daughter.
So the daughter sees this happening, not his biological daughter though, right?
No, his biological daughter is 7 months old, so there's 2 daughters.
So he does have children with her.
Yes. Officers pulled the defendant's photograph, who the complainant positively identified as the defendant. She stated that they'd been separated for over 6 months, and the defendant became angry when the complainant told the defendant she had a new relationship already. Officers tried to reach the defendant, but were unable to.
So she has a new person.
So she indicated, Judge.
Okay. Mr. Betancourt, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm entering now what's called a magistrate's order for emergency protection. This is a court order that identifies Irma Becerra as a protected individual. You cannot commit family violence or an assault against this person. Commit an act in furtherance of an offense under section 42.072 of the Texas Penal Code, the stalking statute. You cannot stalk, threaten, harass, use another person to communicate a threat or harassing behavior. You cannot be in possession of a weapon or go within 200 feet of where she lives or where she works.
My understanding is that the complainant and my client are living together, that they're still together. I was wondering if you would be able to do a no threatening and harassing content, say that they also share a child.
Until I know what she wants, I'm not going to do that, right? They've been unable to reach her, and according to what they're saying is that she has a new beau. So I don't know. Until I know, I like to honor the wishes of the complaining witness. And until I know that she wants to have contact, I'm ordering you not to have any contact with her. I don't care what you're going. I don't care what you're doing. No means no. I don't care if there's a burning building and she's in there, you have to go save her. A court order is a court order. If you violate this, I'm going to put you in jail. Are you a United States citizen? I don't know if you are or not, but if you're in this country without permission, if there's any problem with your immigration paperwork and immigration finds you in custody, they will put an immigration detainer and you will be stuck in there until this case is over with, and then they'll ship you off to immigration. Don't violate any of these conditions. Don't pick up a new case. No contact, no weapons. Do you understand?
Sure.
Anything else?
No, Judge, that's all.
Now, have you run his NCIC? What kind of criminal history, if any, does he have?
Just a moment, Judge, pulling it up.
We need to do a bond because there's no
Yes.
bond that's set.
And he has a bondsman here. I was wondering if you'd approve of Walton. I was wondering if you,
Well, if he has no criminal history, I was gonna give him a PR bond,
that works as well.
but I don't know what his criminal history is, so.
As for criminal history, I see a sexual assault out of Rio Grande City that has no disposition. A driving with license invalid out of Brazoria County. That was a conviction.
That would be, curious about what happened with that sexual assault.
Another driving with license suspended in Brazoria County. Another driving with license invalid in Montgomery County. And then a aggravated assault with a deadly weapon in Brazoria County. But that was, I see a final pleading of not guilty, but I see no disposition on the case.
I'm setting your bond at $5,000 and he'll have to make a surety bond. Do you have a Texas driver license, Mr. Betancourt?
Yes, I still have it.
Does he have, can you run his license to see if he has a license?
Yes, Judge, I'm running it right now.
I'm ordering you not
Okay,
to drive
so
any
how
vehicle unless you have a Texas driver license and liability insurance in your name, Mr. Betancourt. Do you understand? Like I said, I take public safety extremely serious and I will do everything in my power to protect the public. If that means putting your bond at $10 million, I'll do it in a heartbeat to protect the public. So be careful when you're out there. Actions have consequences. Do you
A
understand?
valid driver's license.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Now you have a lawyer. It's your responsibility to stay in touch with them and they'll tell you when you have to come back to court. If they tell me they can't get a hold of you because you're playing games, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. You will not get any more PR bonds. No, or you won't get any PR bonds. Do you understand? An insurance company is going to say, man, you're not supposed to be driving anyways. We're not going to cover you in the event that you get into an accident. You have to have a license. Insurance companies deny everybody for every reason. You give them any loophole, they're going to deny any coverage. If you don't have a license, they're going to say, well, you're not supposed to be driving anyways. I don't know how an insurance company would give you insurance when you don't have a license. Okay. Do you mind drafting all those conditions, please?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. All right, guys. Thanks.
Thank you, Judge. May we be
All right.
excused?
He cannot go because we need to do everything. And then you said he has a bonding company here, right?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. We'll release him to the bonding company here when we get all the paperwork done.
Thank you,
Okay,
Judge. I'll go ahead
thanks.
and resend him in the meantime. And have him-
Don't, because he still has to post bond. Once you post that bond, you'll get a 7-day setting. When you get that 7-day setting, feel free to come up here and we can give you a different date.
Yes,
You know?
Judge.
Okay,
Judge.
Ricardo.
Judge, what was the?
Luis Aviles Garay.
Sorry.
So you're charged with driving while intoxicated, second offense. This is a class A misdemeanor. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
Officers were working an unrelated fatality investigation on Southwest Freeway in Harris County, Texas. And while the officers were on scene, the defendant attempted to pass the police line into the fatality investigation. The officers stopped the driver and observed a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage, glossy eyes, slurred speech, and unsteadiness. Standard field sobriety tests were administered. HGN 6 out of 6, walk and turn 6 out of 8, one leg stand 3 out of 4. The DIC was read and the defendant consented to breath. The results were 0.208 and 0.195. The defendant admitted to drinking 4 beers between 5 and 9 p.m. And during a search of the defendant's person, the officers found a bag of marijuana containing 1.13 grams.
Mr. Aviles Garay, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Do you have a valid Texas driver license, sir?
No.
You speak English, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You're not allowed to drive. I'm making that a condition of your bond. You will be signing an affidavit with me today promising me you're not going to drive. I don't care what is going on in your life. I don't care what you have to do. You get into a car and drive, I can and will have a contempt hearing. You'll be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you drive. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Because it's a second offense, I'm ordering you to obtain a handheld interlock device that you're going to take with you everywhere you go to prove to me that you're not consuming alcohol. Likewise, if I find that you're consuming alcohol or any kind of illegal drugs, I'll put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
We are sending notice to DPS now, where every DPS officer will know if you are in a car driving and you don't have an interlock on it, they're going to put you in jail because they know that the law is now, we're going to require you to obtain a guardian interlock. You're not allowed to drive any vehicle that doesn't have an interlock on it. If you're caught driving a vehicle, number one, I'm going to have a contempt hearing. Number two, you'll probably end up going to jail because every officer will know that you need an interlock. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Don't get into a car for any reason. You want to drive, go get a license, get liability insurance, talk to me, and then we can.
I have insurance, liability insurance.
It doesn't matter. If you don't have a license, then you can't drive. You can have $15 million in insurance. An insurance company is going to say, man, you're not supposed to be driving anyways. We're not going to cover you in the event that you get into an accident. You have to have a license. Insurance companies deny everybody for every reason. You give them any loophole, they're going to deny any coverage. If you don't have a license, they're going to say, well, you're not supposed to be driving anyways. I don't know how an insurance company would give you insurance when you don't have a license. What do you do for a living?
I work compounding for a fertilizer company.
Okay. What kind of money you make a month?
To 2,000.
Where do you live?
I stay
Who do you live with?
by myself.
Okay. Are you married?
No, sir.
Kids?
Yes, sir.
How many kids you got?
One,
Who's got custody of the child?
my child's mom, well, both do co-parent.
You provide support?
Yes, sir.
How?
Financially wise, and I help. I get them every other week.
Is it you
No,
just give?
no, it's just we got an understanding between us.
Okay. You want to apply for an appointed lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Like an application. I'm telling you now, Mr. Aviles, don't drive. It's the worst possible thing you can do in this short life. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We'll have you sign all the documents and then I'll have you take a seat in the jury box. Come on.